Well, speaking of someone who's 40 pounds heavier, I want to ask you about Jim Cornette. Now, with Jim Cornette, he is a guy who, see, this is when I worry about people who take him seriously, because it's become obvious for years that whatever's the popular thing, he hates it. Tune into my podcast to find out why. And the fact that the Young Bucks years ago even sent out the screenshots of the DMs he had sent them about trying to work a storyline. So my question is, what's your take on Jim Cornette fighting everyone to try to make himself relevant?
Jim, I'll tell you, my first exposure to Jim was as NWA, as a manager for the Midnight Express. And he was, honestly, Jim was one of the greatest managers of all time. I really do feel that. But Jim is also a little bit stuck in the past as well. Some good, some bad, right? And I think he doesn't understand the evolution of wrestling. And again, the flippity-do stuff, I don't understand necessarily either. But Jim has got a lot of valid points. I think Jim just goes over the top sometimes with the political stuff. Like, look, I get you have different political opinions, but this is fucking wrestling. Who cares? It's basically a TV show with fake fighting. There's no reason to get all worked up into political stuff. So there's an element of Jim that does it for political stuff as well. But I think Jim, just based on his experience, has a lot of valid points. I mean, he trashes people like Ryan Satin, who's a total fucking loser. Or people like Joey Ryan, who flips fucking people with his dick. That's terrible for the business. It's fine for him, right? He makes money off of it. Good for him. But in the bigger picture, it's terrible for wrestling. Everybody knows it's fake, but how fake can you make it before nobody wants to watch it?
Exactly. And I've always had a problem with him with that tennis racket. Like, are you telling me that fucking Yokozuna can take a punch by Vader, but a fucking Jim Cornette with a tennis racket he has to sell?